Was fast. Thanks for popping over. So today I'm going to talk about, I haven't been on, my sister and my mom. Yes, another live. How are you doing, Brooklyn Baker? My sister and my mom are arriving from South Africa. So what's happening now is I've been having to prepare. Sorry, you don't have to see, like, I find that if people are looking, if I'm not directly in front of you guys, nobody watches. So my mom and my sister are coming over. They will be arriving tomorrow from South Africa. I really hope that they will sing something on, like, a live. I really hope I can get them to sing because they're like professional singers. Like, I'm sort of like the runt of the family. Like, I do music, but I don't do it like, I'm professional, but I don't do it like live audiences and performing in front of like thousands of people. My sister does that. My mom also has done opera, so she's been involved in that kind of stuff. So today I'm going to talk about this company that I think I've been recruited. I'm not sure, but because I do music from kind of different sounding things, I'm not just, oh, I don't know why this is, sorry, give me 2 seconds to figure out why this is not adjusting properly. Is that even? Yeah, my music is like kind of mixed, integrated with like different styles and ideas. And what's happening now, I don't know if you've noticed, but social media is now discussing all of these things that are happening with international sounds. You have the biggest one right now that's happening is that Megan Thee Stallion piece. Everybody's going bananas over that with the Japanese Shinji. I think his name is Shinji? Shinji? Gosh, I should know this guy's name, right? I should know his name. What's the guy's name again? I think it's Shinji. I could be wrong. Let me just double check. What's that biggest song that's on right now? Tomodachi. What is it called? Let's just see. It's called Megan Thee Stallion, Mamushi, and then Shiba, Yuki Shiba. Okay, so he's been around for a while, and yeah, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I feel as if this is the right time to kind of talk more about culturalism and integration, because this has been a discussion that I've had a lot of on my lives, because I do come from a background of many different backgrounds. My mom is African, South African, mixed South African. I lived in Japan. I mean, I'm 45 years old, so I've had many years of living in different countries. I haven't just focused on one country. You might see me in this space, but in technical terms, all of the knowledge that I have and the skills that I've had are built up from around the world. So I'm not just coming from one country. I haven't studied in just one school or one area. I've lived in many different places. So that's like I think this is why I'm here, is why I think people are wanting to hear more about this whole integration. It has been happening. You have Netflix now that's showing people everything from all over the world. So it's huge. It's huge. It's finally happening. I'm so happy that I'm part of I'm part of visualizing and seeing this actually finally coming into the forefront. It is something that hasn't been discussed for a long time. I tried bringing it up a few times in the past, but it's been like this whole, oh, we're not interested and all this stuff. Now people are interested. I was like, okay, are you guys ready to listen? This is like a huge thing. Oh, my favorite place. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I love Japan. I lived, when I was a child, I was fluent in Nihongo. Fluent in Japanese. Absolutely fluent. So I grew up there. I went to kindergarten. I went to first grade, all in a Japanese school. And loved it. The culture is beautiful. The lifestyle is amazing. Everybody's like eco-friendly. Everything is, it's just a wonderful country. If you've never been to Japan, I highly recommend going. Highly recommend. It's fantastic. Where did I get this top? This one. Poshmark. You should get it from, oh, my seat's going up without me like doing anything. Hold on a second. Poshmark. I got it from Poshmark. That's where I generally sell my stuff. I sell my stuff on Poshmark and then I buy stuff on Poshmark. You're a musician too? That's fantastic. Well, I cannot play, I can play you the tracks that I've submitted, okay, into this company called Surf that is actually based in both Tokyo and this is why I'm talking about Japan as well. It's both Tokyo and New York. So it's that multi-integration that's happening right now, and I'm just very thankful that I'll play you the track that I really like that I produced because YouTube will flag me for copyright infringement if I play you other pieces, unless I'm playing it on the piano or whatever. I can. Let me play you this. Let's start with this piece. So this is, I don't know if I can show it, but this is, I think I was doing, okay, so this is, I kind of did a live earlier on YouTube, just briefly. I'm going to, let's start with this. Oh, I gotta put my keyboard back on. I gotta put the keyboard on. Without the keyboard, we got a problem. So I'm gonna play you this track. I recently produced it. You guys tell me what you think, okay? Okay. Tell me your thoughts. I need to get some opinions. Oh, the chair keeps going. Simple. I'll just have you listen to it, and then I'll play you the next piece, okay? You love it? Oh, I'm so glad. No, it was an inspired, I don't know, I just had an inspirational moment. Sometimes it happens, sometimes I can't play Game of Thrones, but I think it's an easy piece. Thank you. So I did produce this. I submitted it to the company that has basically, I think they sort of recruited me. We'll see what happens. Oddly enough, the producer and the owner of the company studied at the same high school as me in Tokyo. So I was like, yay, we're like high school grads from ASIJ. This is awesome. So can't wait. Okay, and then it just repeats. Okay, so I'm also gonna play you the other piece that I composed a while ago. This was an older piece. So this is called Won't Take Me Down. I haven't started the lyrics. I think we'll find somebody else to do the lyrics. We'll see what happens. Open, recent, Asia. Okay, so this piece I composed in South Africa, oddly enough. I think I have. I'm mainly talking about the pieces I've produced and composed. What does that make me, an iced tea? I don't know what they got. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think look, I use both hands. I'm a right-hander, but I have to learn the left hand to play piano. You can't just, the piano is very good for both hands. I don't think you need to be one or the other. It's more like ambidextrous. I think that's what it's called. When you're able to do, it's actually really good for you. So you're getting training in your right hand that is important, that you probably would need for other things as well. So it doesn't really matter. Oh, beat. We're not going to do beats today, but I do have beats that I have pretty. Here, I'll play you this track that I did this beats. Actually, I used some of the tracks that I've already done on. I'll just play it on here. I mean, it's like. Hopefully, it's not. This is my own track. This is. Let me lower this. I did this. This is the track that it's a beat that I put together. Haven't done anything like. Add something. I don't know. Okay. But don't forget, when you're producing and creating beats, you still need to know the key signatures. I have heard people produce music, they come up with the beats, and then they try to rap, or they try to come up with a melody, and it doesn't match. So the whole point of this is the reason why I keep telling people, focus on the chord progressions or understand the basic music theory. It's so important. If you don't understand the music theory, it's going to be hard to make a really decent track. This is all because yeah, you like that? Yeah, no, I like to do lots of different, yeah, I like, you know, the musicians or the artists in hip-hop that I really respect, Tribe Called Quest, I'm an oldie, Tribe Called Quest, The Roots, I do like Tupac Shakur, I like Puff Daddy, all of those, like, I grew up with these, that's my I'm old school. Like, the new stuff, I mean, Wu-Tang Clan, I mean, all of the old stuff, that's the stuff I used to grow up with. So for me, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it properly. Good. I am so glad that you guys are learning some music theory. You know how important it is to, I think my, give me 2 seconds. It is so important, you're going to laugh, but I think I have to clean the, the screen. I think the lens is, give me 2 seconds too, you're going to laugh at me. The lens is a little muffled, so give me 2 seconds to just wipe it off. I think that's better, yeah. I think there was a little bit of a smooch there. Yeah, music theory is important. You know, people always want to say, yeah, I think there was a smudge. It's one thing to produce music, but it's another thing to really understand how to make a piece. Because you can't just, I was gonna play this piece. This is a little bit more technical. This is what I did for my master's. Let me pull this out. Okay, this is a bit more technical. Okay, so I'm going to play you technical music. My bad. Okay, so that's the general. So can anybody tell me what key signature that's in? Do you know what that is? What's the key? You guys know anything about, thank you. Do you guys know anything about key signature? Let's test your knowledge. Okay, let's see what you got. What do you guys know in music? Let's test it out. Sorry, got it squished down there. Nope. Try again. C, this is C. That's C. Okay. Should I play it again? Okay, that's the note. That's the note. Do you know what that note is? You don't have to know that. Well, you need to know. Okay, do you rap? Do you do music? You still need to know your scales. Sorry to break the news to you. There still needs to be a basic. D sharp. You're close. Oh yeah, actually D sharp. D sharp or there are two words. D sharp. What is the D sharp? E flat. E flat. So it's E flat. Yeah, E flat. Oh, you rap? Okay, cool. Yeah, don't forget, I grew up in Africa, like South Africa. I was around a lot of producers there. I dated drummers. We did a lot of beat making and stuff back in Joburg. You call it Josie, Tyler's from Josie. She's from like my area. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I'm glad that she's actually made it and now she's doing stuff all over the world. I think I know people that might be connected to her, but I'm not too sure. It's a small place. It's smaller than people think. So there are connections that are connected who are connected. It's like they're people who know what's and how. So yeah, I think it is important, even if you are doing the rap and the hip hop, there still needs to be a technical form of something. You can't just come up with a beat and then just think that, oh yeah, no, I can rap over this. You can rap over it, but then you're gonna have to have instruments, right? So that the instruments now need to become like part of it. You're gonna have to talk to the other musicians, like, what do you need? Like, what are you looking for? What kind of stuff are you needing to do? Do we need like guitar? Do we need like bass? What, you obviously, bass is always good to have, right? So yeah, that's generally what it is. So that's the general, I think that's the general thing that I wanted to kind of bring up today. I was actually going to talk about chord progressions as well. Chords are good to know. That's good. I'm glad that we're talking about a little bit of rap and hip hop and all that stuff. So chords are good because, say for instance, you are not wanting to read this whole piece, like I'm not wanting to read this piece. The core structure of hip hop and R&B also go back to blues and jazz. So learning a little bit of blues and jazz will give you a better, stronger sound to the introduction of good quality music, right? Jazz, I love jazz. I studied jazz. Duke Ellington School of the Arts after school thing in DC. That's where I studied some music, and I also studied, I studied all over the place. So studied in Japan. I studied production 1998 in Tokyo. So that was all over the place. Okay, so let's see. So E. We'll start with this. Where am I? I don't even know where I am. I'm not even playing the whole thing. I'm just playing the first note. So in order to learn the basic structure of chords, even before, like, learn the notes on the instrument that you're playing, just play the first note of the chord and then start working through the chord progressions over time. So this is in yeah, E flat. So this is also an E flat. Lullaby of birdland, whisper low. Yeah, that's E flat. And then the key signatures, right? So I'm just walking about a little bit about music theory today. I'm not, I mean, in order to get to that, you need to go through this to get to the production. I don't think you just automatically get music equipment and just figure it out. Get some musical theory training. I mean, yeah, music school, like classes, usually in high schools and junior highs and elementary schools, you have a little bit of music education, which is great. That is so important. I was teaching music. I am a music teacher. That's why I started this channel. Besides that, I also do graphic design and art, so I can kind of talk through how to create like covers and graphic design, and I mean, there's a lot that I need to go back and do on my YouTube channel. Like for instance, my thumbnails need a little bit more work. Editing needs a little bit more work, but so far, when I've been producing my own tracks, I haven't had any issues with copyright infringement, because if you're producing your own music, this is another reason why it's probably good to learn production or basic structures on your iPad or your phone. We can do some beats on GarageBand for now. Let's try that out. Let's go into beat making. Why not? I don't have it plugged into a speaker, if you guys don't mind, but we can go, since we're on the whole situation with beat making, okay? So we're going to use GarageBand. What do we have here? What do we have here? So they're different. Do you guys have GarageBand? GarageBand is good to start with. There are 3 different ways you can look at this one. So you see at the bottom over here, you want to talk about beat making. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 different variations of how to create beats on GarageBand. This you can transfer into Logic, which is what I do. It's easier. I don't have a drum set, or else I would put the drum set to work. I have a keyboard that actually creates sounds too. Let's go into beats. It's here. No, that's not it. But these sounds you cannot transfer. You can do this you can't transfer these sounds specifically into the recording. You have to kind of get it from the DAW. It's called a DAW. Steel drums. So you can create create beats on here with a drum-like sound. Okay, so there's that. Or you can go like modern tech terminology and go. Okay, so we're going to use this. Multiple ways to do this. Okay. Or you can use loops, right? Modern. See, and then you can also create it with this. So, I mean, yeah, play around with things, I mean, You could probably even change the sound of the drum. So you see that there are different sounds. So, you know, I'm messing around with the sounds. That's interesting. Old school beats. That's very old school. Yeah, they've made it a lot easier to make beat making at this stage. Okay. So I'm not going to sit here and okay. So there are many ways to do beat making. Okay, so my whole point is don't just assume this happens overnight. Production happens over time. It does not happen all at once. You have to kind of create sections, segments, concepts, ideas over a gradual amount of time. Let's see if I have another track on here. I haven't played some of these old pieces. I'm going to go back into these. Open, recent, open. Let's see what we have. This is something that I did with somebody. I'll just use it as an example. I can't necessarily use it. Oh gosh. No, that didn't open correctly. Okay, let's see this one. Let's see this. Never mind. I'm going to open this one. Use. Okay, so that was... This is old. Oh, maybe? Let me see. Is this vocals? Yeah.
I've seen some bad things, but
yeah.
You take the cake.
So this is a track I produced with a South African. She's South African. We lived in the same area. She right now lives in New York. We had the song and it ended up on iHeartRadio for a little bit. Okay.
Now I've been holding my breath.
And it was recorded in this space. She layered it. So she was like masterful with like vocals. Like I don't do vocals. That's not like my thing.
I've been taking my chances.
South African singer.
Somebody said a prayer for me tonight.
Not bad, not bad.
God saved my life.
I'm not, yeah. I think she just wanted to use those words. But that's...
Some days I believe and some days I don't. I guess that you can say that it's a bit of both. Will you forgive me if I can't forget God? This is rock bottom to me, you're taking all that I've got. Now I've been holding my breath.
So she had her vocal parts. It was funny because it actually ended up working very well. So she had her vocal parts and I had my piano parts and we put it together. I was like, oh, that sounds good. So we had like, our mind was set on, it was the same key, which was weird. So that's basically, so I just wanted to show you kind of like production doesn't just, I mean, these are all the things I've worked on throughout the years. I have other stuff. I have so much production stuff that I've worked on. And this is coming from somebody, I'm 45, so it's coming from somebody that's actually had experience doing it on her own. I don't necessarily fall underneath a company. The company has now recruited me, which is great, which is called, we'll see what happens. But I've put the stuff on there their website, so we'll see what happens. The owner of the company, this is why I'm bringing it up, because now I'm moving into production on a professional level besides just educating people. We're now talking, where's the music going to go? Who's going to be like working with me on like production? Like who's going to be singing the tracks? What do I need to do next? So these are like the steps into really working into the industry. And hopefully you guys can see me develop things on my lives over time. Obviously, the lives will go with me. So wherever I go, I will be having you guys like hypothetically speak in my pocket, I suppose, because the phone, this is my phone. I do it on my phone. The spaces may look different. We will see what happens. I'm not sure what the plan or the situation is. Yeah, but my sister is coming down. My mom is coming down. They're both singers. Maybe I can get them to sing something on a song that I've produced. I don't know. We'll have to see. They're very hesitant because we don't work together. but we can always give it a try, right? It's always, we will see. If my sister says, okay, fine, let me put some vocals on that piece, I might, we'll see. We'll see. It would be nice if she would, but we will have to see. So this is what I was working on before. So I go back and forth with my own pieces and working on other pieces. Good for your hands. This is the piece. I was also played jazz many years ago. During the time of production, I was actually playing jazz piano for the jazz choir in Tokyo for my high school. So we had a band, and then I had to play the piano, and that's basically what it was, I guess. Yeah, it was kind of cool. This is the piece that I played, I remember. There were a couple. I always think it's important to have multiple areas, not just like the music. I mean, like understand different types of music, okay, to get to a final product. I'm almost sure, what's his name? I'm sure everybody that's in rap and hip hop are somehow musically, they connect with jazz. I'm sure jazz has a lot to do with their inspiration as well. I know Jill Scott, I mean, she doesn't do hip hop, but she does like a little bit of an R&B. And yeah, Jill Scott, she has a lot of jazzy kind of elements in her pieces, and I think they're really, really nice. So that's just my I like my house personally. I'm like a house person. This is something else I produced. This is many years of work that has gone into it. So I am, yes, proud of what I've done. I don't think there's a reason why I shouldn't be proud. I've worked hard enough to appreciate what I have worked on. So I have my SoundCloud. This is SoundCloud I haven't really kind of uploaded, honestly. I should do more with it, but I haven't, to be honest. I like this track. I don't know where it went. It's gone. Woo! Blast away there. This is something I did in South Africa. Yeah, I produced this in South Africa. This was produced on, yeah, on my laptop, out of all things, right? Of. I don't know. See what happens? It doesn't sound like it's... Yeah, so there was some parts that I hadn't been able to do, so yeah. So there are just a few things, you know, and yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And my husband was a DJ in New York back in the day, back in the 90s. Gosh, 90s. We're old. We're old people. So, sorry, I'm not responding. What is that? 432HC? Can you explain that? I'm an old person. I don't know these like new terminologies. I need some advice on the new. There are so many things people are like using. I was like, what does that mean? I don't understand. It's like old people don't know all these new terms. I just dress like this because I dress like this. I used to wear bandanas back in the day. This is my little Versace bandana. I was like, I should wear my Versace more often. So yeah, it's an old frequency. Oh, I see. See, I didn't know that. See, that's how, maybe I should say, maybe I'm not familiar with that at all. So it's an old, what is the, let me take a look. That's a good question. It's called 432, right? 432, oh, shoot. Okay, 432, I don't know. This is definitely new for me. 4, and I will kick myself if I am 432 HC. Loft? What? Loft beat. Is that right? Yeah, I might just kick myself. I might be like, I actually know what this is. Low loft beats. Okay, I cannot play it. Sink into your seat. Oh. I'll listen to it. Okay, so I found something on here, but I cannot listen to it on here, so I'll do it afterwards. But thank you. I'm going to take a listen. There are many things that, you know, I used to play drums. Let's see if I can find while we're doing that. I used to play drums in like a punk rock metal band back in like high school when I was 16. I don't have a drum set anymore. When I was at Guitar Center, there were lots of drum sets, but I was always working on the piano because everybody, you need a piano teacher. We need a piano. I was like, but I studied drums too. No, the guys always got the drum sets. So I was like, well, okay, we'll work with the piano and the vocal students. That's so I was like, no, I'm done with this. So this is why I'm now doing this for myself, because for many years it was always like this biased approach to who can do what, and it's like I'm done with that. Like we're over that phase. We're past. It's now time for our ladies and gents to work together as a collective. Let me find a picture of back in the day pictures of me on the drums. I have them, like they're all over the place. Yeah, it's been an interesting experience. I don't have a drum set. I really do. Our place is too small. And the drum set that I did have, my mom sold because they said, it's making too much noise. The neighbors are complaining. I was like, I'm 16 and I have a band. What's the problem? Yeah, no, they were like, no, too much noise. The neighbors are going to kick us out of the neighborhood. We didn't know what soundproofing was back in the day. This is why I do this, like I make the soundproofing. I actually make my stuff. So if I eventually get a larger, our space is small. Like the other side is basically fashion stuff. I don't generally talk about the fashion stuff because not everybody wants to listen to the fashion stuff. So I do fashion and music, if that helps. I kind of even out the like gender balancing kind of questions, right? I can talk about both. Sorry, I'm busy looking for the picture, not as if it really matters, but maybe it does. Maybe it does, just to show you guys that I actually did play drums back in the day. Yeah, and that's why I switched over to beat making, I think, because it's easier to produce things with like a tablet or a small beatbox machine rather than a huge drum set, because it's like, how can you carry a drum set around? It's just so much easier. Like, they've made it so much easier now, right? We're getting there. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. I'll find this picture. I'm finding the picture. It's happening. It's just like, yeah. Give it a moment. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking for this piece. Where is it? Oh my God, I'm going through my entire thing just to find this picture for you guys. Sorry. Yeah. So, yeah, it's just to clarify that I actually did play drums when I was younger. Because there's no evidence, right? You can't see the drum set, so I don't have a drum set to prove. I just have a picture. And then my mom sold my drum set, so I was like, oh no, this just doesn't work. Like, I need to leave. Like, I'm leaving my parents' house. Like, that's what I did. I quit. I was like, I quit living here. So I left the home early. I was like, you sold my drum set, so I leave. So I did. I literally walked up and left, and I just said, you know what? I'll survive on my own. What is going on with this Poshmark thing? Hold on a second, guys. Oh my gosh, where is my picture? So annoying. And then we have music in the background. It's coming. I know it's here. It's here somewhere. Too many pictures to go through. No? Well, it's here somewhere. Maybe I should... I think I have clipped it somewhere on the videos somewhere along the line. Now it's just on my mind, so now I have to show it to you guys. This is like crazy, right? Oh my gosh. This is absolute mad. This is OCD behavior. Like, I'm what you call really OCD. It's like when my mind is focused on something, I need to do it. If it's not done, then I go bananas. It's crazy. Come on. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'll be with you just now. It's just gonna drive me kooks. Oh, this is bad. It gotta be here somewhere. Come on. That's how long ago I played the drums with a drum set. I mean, I played the drums with a drum set recently, but it's not like any good. I mean, I can't say that I'm like fantastic on the drum set. It takes practice, right? Oh, here it is. Finally found it. So I'm in the back. I don't know if you can see that, but there's me on the drums in the back over there. Okay. And there's the band that drove my mom absolutely bananas. And she finally said, yeah, you need to get rid of that drum set because we don't need all this. And we were actually good. The band was actually good. We had a good band. It sounded so good. Hi, Dior. Sorry, my cat's talking to me too. He's like, you're making too much noises. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. I will take a listen to that beat, and yeah, guys, it's been interesting. I just think we'll find out more about the surf company. I'm very fascinated. The guy actually did study with me in the same high school as me in Tokyo, so I'm very interested to see where this goes, because I do have common connections and understandings of what's going on. Ironically, I would have thought that I would have met the people here in the States. Well, they are sort of, I've met people in the production world in the States here, but they're all little, like, it's like South Africa, they're all little, like, they don't want to, like, they want to make sure that they keep their jobs. They don't want new people in. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is a completely different, like, feel. Maybe studying in the same school as the director will open up that door, which will be interesting. And I will are you hungry, Dior? Do you have something in your eye? What is it? What is it? My cat's talking to me. He's like, he wants something to eat. Okay, and I'll speak to, thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I hope it just gives, my phone's about to, battery's going down as well, so this is probably a good time. Don't forget to like my channel, please, if you don't mind. Just like the channel. And join me for, oh yeah, thank you so much. I do appreciate, yeah, no, it's, I'm kind of talking on so many different levels, but I think, you know, when you see a live and you're speaking to somebody who's in, like, music in sort of like a different way, it gives you a different scenario rather than just, you know, I work by myself at the moment. Hopefully this company will open up that door to work with multiple people. I have worked with other musicians. I'm no longer working at Guitar Center or Bach to Rock. So I'm not around, like, a ton of musicians in one space all the time. Which is probably a good thing because I was always influenced by what everybody else was doing rather than what my heart said. And my heart said, Cinta, you have to sit and work on, like, your compositions. Like, you are supposed to be a composer. You're supposed to be the producer. You don't have to just teach. Teaching is good, but, you know, my thing is I always wanted to branch out to do this. I'm like a techie. I like electronics. I'm all about this kind of stuff. Like, I collect this stuff. This is me. Thank you so much for subscribing. Oh, you guys are awesome. You know, it's funny. I did the same conversation I'm doing here on TikTok, and TikTok was like, nobody spoke to me. I was like, what is wrong with these people? Why is the energy so different on TikTok than YouTube? I don't understand. Can you guys explain to me what the problem is here? Maybe I'm not young enough. Maybe people have like, oh, she's old. I don't know. But you guys are always, I come on YouTube and you guys are always talking to me. I love it. That's why I keep coming back. I keep coming back because you guys are entertaining me and not the other. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a younger crowd. They picked up that I'm older. I always say I'm older. I'm not going to lie about my age. And I feel, I mean, there are a lot of younger people on here too, mind you. It's not, but everybody's talking and communicating on here. Like, that's the difference, right? The TikTok lives make me nervous because I just don't know how anybody's gonna react. So I'm like, okay, well, we'll just figure it out today and find out tomorrow. You're removed from YouTube? Wait, from the lives? Were you doing lives or something? What do you mean by it removed you? Yeah. Wait, why were you removed from YouTube? That's so weird. Yeah, there are a lot of younger people on, like, it's just a younger, I mean, I'm Gen X, okay? So, oh, wow. Wait, so did you have a channel? Did you have a YouTube channel? Is that what happened? And then somehow something happened? I mean, there are topics and subjects that one probably might not be able to speak about. I try to stick with my own music because I get concerned. Oh, the typing. That could be rough. Sorry about that. You mean now or before in the past? Yeah, it could be that somebody was felt, I don't know. There are things, hi Dior, I'll be with you just now. Hi. Do you want to say hi to everybody? He's like, no, I want food. I have a Garfield here. Garfield has to eat every 5 minutes or he chews my equipment. I have missing pieces on some of my music equipment because he's like, I'm going to chew this for attention so you can feed me. So crazy. Oh, now? Oh, that's interesting. I'm so sorry. No, I didn't. I know that I wasn't pressing any buttons. Sometimes I do report people, but no, you were not reported. I think I report that there are some people here that actually are a little bit, not all everybody, but I think there are a few younger people here that say some things that are not suitable. I've had some interesting words thrown at me on occasion on here, more so than I have on TikTok, which is absolutely bizarre. So it's like there's like this balancing act, right, on this platform and TikTok. I just feel as if there definitely is more of a younger crowd, and they're looking for energetic people on. I could be wrong. Energetic people on TikTok. I have a broken leg. I sit most of the time. I try not to sit as often, but it's like a different kind of, yeah, Gen X. I keep saying it. It's a different crowd. But I feel more home. I feel more at home on here. Like I could speak to you guys as grown-ups and kids. There are some kids. But I can have a conversation. And I've had a few people on the lives with me before too. So it's been kind of interesting. Are you okay, Dior? You want some snacks? Hi. Hi. I'll give you a snack just now. Okay. My cat's like, he's like, this is Dior. Are you wanting a snack? Do you want to say hi to me? Oh, he ran off. He's like, no. Don't interrupt me. I want my snacks. Okay, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I will be back on, I know my mom and my sister will be arriving at the airport tomorrow from Johannesburg. So I know that my time will be spent trying to figure out what they want to do, but I'm going to try my best to get on a live, maybe drag them along into a live with me. I don't know. I have to ask them to sing a song if I can. I mean, that would be nice, but I don't know. They're very feisty, you know, vocalists. My sister's a vocalist. She's a professional jazz singer, and my mom is a professional opera singer. And like I said earlier at the beginning, I'm a little bit more of the runt of the family. I chose the path of production versus singing because I didn't want to sing. I mean, I wanted to play around with the technology, so I chose this path over, and most people would want to sing, right? So, yeah, I didn't do that. I did think so. Maybe because I hung out with the guys and played the drums and all that stuff, that I was like, this is where I fit in. This is like, I get this. I want to tinker with stuff. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I will be back. I'm going to try my best to work on some more stuff. I hope that the surf group is going to, I hope it just kind of moves things along on an international scale, because it is happening now. People are talking about global connectivity with music. It's a huge thing at the moment. I don't think it's talked enough on a social public platform, but I'm putting it out there because I know it's happening. And I've been watching this for a long, long time, and I'm finally like, yay, it's finally happening. People are molding cultural sounds together, and they're bringing like Korea and the United States and Africa, and everybody's like integrating like their skills and styles. And I'm like, yeah, finally it's actually happening. This is so cool. So I'm glad that I'm in and amongst this and listening to the development of this type of scenario that's happening. I think a lot of the music that I have produced in the past was more Japanese and Asian eclectic approaches to things. It wasn't necessarily Western. So I was always misunderstood because of the way I look. But only to, if people spoke to me, I would speak Japanese to you and they'd be like, oh, you lived in Japan. I'd be like, yes, I did live in Japan. My husband is Cambodian. We're like, I lived in Africa. I mean, it's just like, that's cultural diversity. That's the motto in life. That's all that I talk about. Breathe, eat, sleep. That's, my mom is mixed. That's it for me. Thank you guys, much appreciated. Thanks for whoever it has joined me till this point and participated in this crazy talk of globalism and globalization. And yeah, I think I've done a lot of other YouTube lives, not necessarily talking about the music, but we started having a discussion on the global diverseness of social media and the platforms. This is just going in a little bit more with the music side. Thank you again. Arigatou gozaimashita. Mata shita sayonara. And jane bye bye. And I will see you guys in the next one. Jane bye bye. Thank you.